Welcome to the Outdoor Test Kitchen Podcast. I'm your host, Seth, along with Tim, and together we'll be discussing all things cooking, camping, and everything in between. We've got an exciting episode in store for you this week, so let's get started.
Hey. Welcome back.
Hey, everybody. Yes, indeed. Welcome back. Hope everybody had an amazing week.
Yes, we did. We had an awesome week.
Yes,
very exciting.
We did.
A lot of fun. It's hot.
Ugh, yes, it is hot. Still, middle of August, and we are located in Texas right now, so.
Yeah. I don't know necessarily exactly why, other than...
I don't know. Well, that's why we love to travel.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Hey, there in Texas, there's a few weeks out of the year where it's awesome. Weather's beautiful. Feels just so great outside. Looks awesome. And then the other 11 months, it's a little hot or
can get a little cold. Although at least we have decent winters besides I was at the Snowmageddon a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was an interesting time.
It was fun too, though. Actually, you don't really get many of those around these parts.
Yes. So yes, and we didn't take as many hikes this week due to the excessive heat, and
Yeah, it's.
We go outside and do a nice hot hike, or we could just stay in here and do some stuff.
Yeah, we can do some more testing.
Exactly.
But you got to think about it. When you're hiking in 70-degree weather, you're not burning as many calories as when you're hiking in 108-degree weather.
That is true.
So one hike in summer is 2 hikes in winter.
I guess that's a good way to look at it. But we did do a couple, a little shorter, but you got to always remember when it does get hotter, hydrate. Even if you're not a fan of water, don't just start thinking that drinking a bunch of caffeinated unsweet tea is hydrating you.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Caffeine.
Caffeine is a dehydrant, so that is going to be working against you.
Yes.
A lot.
So be sure either drink decaf tea or water.
Yeah. But preferably water. It should be water if you're hiking. Now, you in the cool air, you're relaxing, that's when you drink your tea. But when you're on the trail,
well,
you should drink
we
water.
Can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I'm still alive so far.
So far. It's true. You'll know when it's just me. I told him.
Yeah. He should have drank the water on the trail. I told him. How many times?
That's what did it.
No.
on the tombstone, should have had the water.
Yes, indeed. That's funny. But so since we didn't get a lot of hikes done, we have been looking for a new boat.
Yeah.
For the past few months for a project and a series.
We have.
A sailboat, so not just a bass boat or anything of that nature. We were really looking for a nice little sailboat, big sailboat, little sailboat.
Yeah, and when we say nice, we don't mean like nice.
Yeah,
we mean like a good sailboat, not necessarily pretty.
Yeah, it doesn't sink.
Yeah, exactly. But
and a good project.
Yeah, exactly.
Too,
exactly. Something that needs a little bit of care to it, but it as it is, it can go.
Yes, a little TLC, but nothing major that two boat amateurs, can't handle.
Yeah, exactly. And there were a couple that we went, on the journey of looking for a boat that we could have kind of converted to a motor yacht, I guess you would call it.
No. Because it was missing the sail, or the sail had been demasted, and to get a new sail for that particular boat would have cost more than what the boat is actually worth. So,
but it already had a pretty decent engine in it.
Yeah.
So it kind of already was starting to be one of those motor yachts. But we really wanted something that we could sail. We didn't have to pay to play, I guess you could say.
You know, we love the outdoors and the freedom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, having adventures on the water and being able to basically camp on the water in your own boat and not have to worry about, I got to find a marina to fill up. I got to carry all this gas. And I'm not talking about making journeys across the Atlantic. I'm just in nice big lakes and stuff around areas. There's a lot of little sailing communities out there. I mean, way back in the day when I was doing dive instructor and dive master, we used to have a little boat on Lake Ouachita. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And so that's been many, many moons ago. But so we were just kind of thinking, and one of our reasons was due to we've been looking for RVs for a couple of years now.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, all the modern stuff just does not work. I mean, we could do rebuilds, build out some trailers. We've come up with plans. We've done everything underneath the sun.
Can I cut you off?
Yes.
Yeah, when we say rebuild, like, so here's the wheels and the axle, and then, like, all the stuff above that, rebuild.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, there's some floor plans that, you know, we could work with, but primarily, unless you're spending over $100,000,
no, that is really true. Like the modern day RVs, I know you all have heard it before, but they're just not really built to a standard and a quality that's really meant to be used that often. Yes, maybe a few times out of the season, and then you put it under a covered awning or something, and for the money, I just never thought we couldn't find one that was worth putting in that kind of money.
Yeah, we're not saying that they don't exist. We're not saying that RVs that you can use constantly and RVs that are built quality, we're not saying they don't exist. We're just saying that they're almost impossible to find at a reasonable price.
And that's a key thing, at a reasonable price, because I don't want to spend $100,000 on an RV. Even if I don't want to have a mortgage for my RV. You know, that's what it really boils down to.
Oh, I guess you're always on the move, so how are they going to repo?
Oh, well, when they do find you, it would suck.
Yeah, that would. It would, because they're taking everything.
And so we had the idea about kind of turning a trailerable sailboat, which you can lower and raise the mast. It's kind of a nice little camper that you could take or go at a nice lake. We can put it on the water, take it out. Has a nice big cockpit so you can go fishing off of it. And kind of the best of both worlds. Do you want to just carry your RV, or we'd have to have two trucks, one to take the boat and one to take the RV? Why not kind of combine them?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So that's kind of our new project. It's a big test, I guess, of can you do it? And for the prices on quality boats is very reasonable.
They are actually reasonable. Now, new boats are a little higher, but luckily when it comes to boats, they're generally built pretty well. So they last a while.
I mean, and they're designed to taking a beating under some pretty harsh weather conditions. They're designed to, be wet. And there's a lot of better craftsmanship, I think, that goes into a lot of the boat manufacturing. Because one, they're not really assembly lined in the sense that RVs are. They only make so many hulls a year, so that's why there's only so many. And production-wise, they only build so many, and then. So
I think it also kind of comes down to the materials that they use to build the boats. They're generally, I don't know if I want to say easy, but you can fix it.
Yes.
Like, they are fixable for the most part.
I mean, even fiberglass hulls, even wood hulls. But yes, it's typically an amateur can fix little dings and stuff on fiberglass pretty simply. Now, if you major structural, you'll probably want to get a professional. But again, it's a process that you can teach yourself, and a lot easier than if your RV siding starts to delaminate.
It's like,
what are you going to do there? So
that's true. And then there's just like, well, I was going to say there's not places where you can just take your RV and work on them, right? I mean, from what I've seen, you can find a marina or somewhere where you can dry dock your boat and work on it there.
Yeah, a lot of marinas will have dry dock area that you can basically rent out the space, and as you work on your boat. And there are some DIY marinas that will let you have your boat in the water and work on it. Some of them don't allow you to work on your boat in their marina, but you just got to find. But plus, ours is on a trailer, and
yeah, that's true.
Well, I guess the news is we found a boat. I don't know if I said that, but yes, we did find one.
I don't think we did say that.
Yes, we did. Surprise! But yes, we did locate a really awesome little boat. Great brand, very well known, very well built. And it was a really kind of a happen chance. I was at church after church. I was just kind of looking through the classifieds and found this one, and was like, hey, I'll ask. Talked to the guy for a bit, and he's like, well, if you can get up here. And he's about an hour and a half from where I was at. So drove up there, checked it out. He's a really cool guy. He had learned to sail on it, and he was going, to a bigger boat so that he could sail from his beach house in North Carolina down into the Bahamas, and he just retired, and he just wanted to spend the rest of his time sailing around the Caribbean. And so he was ready to offload the boat, and he already put in a lot of work to it to get it to where he wanted it so that he could learn to sail.
Yeah.
And so he had that for about a year. So it's already had a lot of work done to it and little fixes. There's still some things that need to be done. But it was a really comfortable guy to buy from because I felt confident. It wasn't some of the boats we looked at. It was kind of like, ugh.
Very interesting characters.
I mean, I have bought some sketchy boats from places, but they're usually used for a prop or start of a project and realize it's not worth it. But luckily, this guy, he'd been running it for a year.
Had all kinds of just little doodads and gadgets and stuff.
He gave like 6 sails that already came with it.
Yeah.
It was just a really great guy. It was just really cool and kind of crazy. We've been looking for a while, and just popped up, and then really kind of funny and scary. Not super scary, like boo. But I left, and of course, he messaged me, and me having some fat thumbs, I sent him my phone number through Messenger and said, "Hey, you can text me or call me. I'm headed up there." But I didn't put the right number. I hit the wrong digit. And so he sent me a message saying, "Hey, this number doesn't exist. I'm not really feeling comfortable about this whole deal. I'll give you 10 minutes. Give me a call, or there's another person interested." And I had just pulled into the marina and thought, I better check my messenger to see if he tried to get a hold or something, or just say, "Hey, I'm here." I was looking for his cell phone number that he gave me. And then I saw that message, and I was like, and then I saw the time, and he sent it 7 minutes prior. And I was like, oh, I have 3 more minutes. Hey, no, I'm here. Don't get rid of the boat. I'm right here.
Yeah.
I just drove an hour and a half through this traffic to get here. So luckily, and then he showed up, and it worked out perfect. He took the time to help. It was in a slip. And so we loaded up on the trailer, and then he showed me how to get down the mast and get it all loaded up. And it was really just fun, just hanging out, talking to the stranger, and, hopefully we'll stay in contact. I told him one day if we're ever sailing in the Caribbean and see him, I'll have to buy him a beer. Because it was in the middle of a parking lot in 105-degree weather, taking down a mast on the blacktop. It was hot.
Yeah, not where I was.
No, someone got to stay on the inside and just.
Yeah. Just sitting in the office, working on stuff, fixing it in post.
I know. Well, that's. If I could fix it in post, I would.
Oh.
But I had to go pick up a boat.
Yeah. No, but the story is really cool, I think, just because, like, the whole reason that the guy we bought it from had got the boat and kind of worked on it a little bit is a very similar reason as to why we're getting it.
Yeah. So it was just a fun, I know a lot of people kind of don't think about sailboaters as kind of the outdoor life, but they're basically campers on the water.
Yeah.
And I just remember back years ago when I was dive mastering, and the owner and some buddies, they had boats, and it was a great time to go up there. Plus we'd bring the class and we'd hang out for the weekend on the boats, teach the dive classes, and it was just a lot of fun. And I mean, it's basically camping out. So
yeah,
it's going to be a new project that we're working on. I'm going to fix up the galley. And so we got a lot of things that we'll be bringing you on this little project.
Yeah, there will be a bunch of little offshoot projects for this. Be on the lookout for a video of us actually revealing the boat.
Oh, yes, going through the whole thing. And
we're not even going to tell you the name, what kind of boat it is.
Good thing you told me that.
Yeah. Because it's going to be a surprise.
Yeah. Do not say name. Just a little reminder.
Yep.
I've been known to spill the beans sometimes.
Hey.
But yeah, so it's, and what's cool is also, just a quick little side note, is it's great because our Jeep Gladiator can pull it just fine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because I drove it through a big city 5 o'clock traffic, no problems in the Gladiator. Although a side note that I have to say is that we did get the upgraded tow package on ours.
That's almost like a whole nother tangent we can go on.
Yes, but so just don't think, if you don't have a specific tow package, always check your towing capacity for RVs, for boats, for anything that you're pulling. It's just a little side note of, remember, you don't want to overwork your vehicle because that could lead to blown out transmissions, wrecks, all kinds of problems. So make sure whatever you're towing and what you're towing with, it's capable of towing that.
Yeah. It's very important.
But the Gladiator with the tow package handled beautifully. So I was excited about that.
I'm glad it did, because...
And it felt like it wasn't even back there. So
hey,
it was smooth sailings.
Oh, that's funny.
But, well, continuing on with our water theme.
Uh-oh.
It's time for the recipe of the week, where we break down one of our favorite recipes and give you guys all the details. So let's get cooking.
Hey.
Indeed. Well,
what do we have this week?
Well, it is our Salmon Pack.
What?
Or Salmon Hobo Pack.
A Hobo Pack?
Yes. Or
I know, that's such a weird name. I hadn't really heard of that until recently.
Really?
I always just heard them as full packs.
Well, that's kind of what they were, I think, the origin, well, I don't know the true origin, but it was Boy Scouts. We always called them Hobo Packs because it was a simple meal that I guess the hobos used to put in tin cans and warm over fires, and boom, there you go, full meal.
Light a fire in a trash can and say, here we go.
Yeah,
Throw this bad boy on top.
Well, hobos, they were the ones that ran the train rails.
Yeah.
So, but yes, or the full pack, but it's our salmon one, and I truly love this one.
Me
not
too.
Not gonna lie, like
it's really good.
When we were working on this recipe, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the whole full pack phenomenon, but as we are outdoor test kitchen, I was either gonna prove that they were worthless or make them good, and that's what we did.
That's why we test.
And so and it's really simple. It's great. It's only, 9 ingredients, really?
Yeah. Well, 9 ingredients, but I guess our Prosecco vinaigrette.
Well, yes, but you should have that on hand anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
Just keep that always.
it's only vinaigrette dressing you should have.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, really?
Until we
That's
come
you.
up with another one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
That's all you should have.
Well, that and our ranch.
Yep. Like, if we come to your kitchen and it's not in your fridge,
Oh,
you're done.
yeah. But yes, it is very simple overall. And it can be done at the campsite.
Or on a boat.
Quick, easy. Yes, it can be. And I know a lot of people, like, and especially now we're in burn bans, Hobo Pack.
Just
Can't
throw it in the microwave.
This guy. Do not throw it in a
don't do
microwave.
that. That was
It's wrapped in foil.
yeah.
Foil and microwaves don't mix. But most people throw them over a fire or a grill. But with burn bans now, if you're in RV, you can put them in your oven. You can really do it over a stovetop with a
Yeah,
lid,
you could.
low heat. There's a lot of ways to get around it, or you can do it on a griddle with a lid over top. I mean, it's just about heat control and creating a little oven and steam inside the pack.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways, but it is really good. I mean, we've done them just for dinners because it's simple and fast and delicious.
Yeah. I mean,
Not just at the campsite, just like, hey, you know what? I feel like salmon tonight. Well, we'll make the salmon pack, throw it in the oven for 15, 20 minutes. Boom. Got a great meal. Make a little rice with it or something.
yeah. Really, any kind of side. I mean,
Yes, that's the thing. We'll run down the recipe real quick. Of course, you want to get a nice fillet of salmon that you can cut into 4 pieces, good portions.
yeah.
6 ounces per person is a good dinner portion.
Yeah, but don't forget, you can find a recipe at outdoortestkitchen.com.org.
Yes, don't go to .com. Go to .org.
Go to .com, it's not going to show up anything.
Yes, they want way too much for it.
Yeah, it costs too much money.
Yeah.
We can't afford that. So,
Yeah.
anyways, .org, outdoortestkitchen.org.
Yes. And, but you get your 4 pieces of salmon, 4 pieces of foil, take in some lemon slices, put about 2 per pack, some cherry tomatoes, just cut them in half and just,
Spread them evenly.
yeah, spread them evenly. 1 little box, 10-ounce box or, carton. A thing of asparagus, just cut them up, put about a 1/4 cup per.
Yeah.
Some about 2-3 tablespoons of the Prosecco vinaigrette in each packet. Some minced garlic, just about a teaspoon in each packet. And then about 2 tablespoons of cream in each packet on top. A little bit of, Chef Paul's
Yeah, Chef
Salmon
Paul's.
Magic. That is an awesome seasoning.
Not even only for salmon or
Yeah,
fish,
no,
or
I mean-
you can use that stuff for anything.
Put it on popcorn. No, It's
It's good on popcorn.
It's not just for salmon. But yes, salmon magic. And then about a couple tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley. And then just make your pack, fold it all up, throw it on the fire, medium fire. About 15, 20 minutes. You're just really trying to cook the salmon, and you don't want to overcook the vegetables. But that is a good pairing, because I know a lot of people, I see the shrimp boil packs with the potatoes, sausage, shrimp. Yeah, it sounds nice, but your potatoes are going to take longer to cook unless you're pre-cooking it, and then it's, like part cooking all your vegetables, then that's just a waste of time. Might as well just do a real shrimp bowl. But you're going to overcook your shrimp. Whenever you cook shrimp, please don't make it into rubber. It's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
If it's really chewy, or
You should be able to just like,
should just
boom,
and really
right
the best
through.
test is on the shrimp tail. You should be able to take your little shrimp and just bloop. You don't even need to put pressure. It should just naturally want to come off, because the meat. If you're trying to fight with it, you might as well throw it away. You overcook that shrimp, and it's not going to be any good.
yeah,
But unfortunately, most people are accustomed to overcooked shrimp.
they are.
But that is why we're using salmon instead of shrimp.
Same is better anyways, I think.
And that's also why we didn't put like potatoes in this full pack or something that would take long. Is because when we would overcook the fish.
Yeah. That's really the biggest thing.
And the asparagus and the tomatoes and everything, it will come up to just perfect doneness with the fish. And then, boil a little rice with it, put everything. And I love the, it's just like yellow rice. We have some way up there in a container. It's a little packet. And just put it in some boiling water, simmer it for 20 minutes. Great flavor.
It is.
Easy. You can do it in a tiny little...
It's just super convenient.
Jet bowl or anything. Yeah. I mean, if we need a starchy side, that's kind of my go-to. As I look over there, there's only like one packet in there. Just need to go to the store.
Yeah.
But it is a really great recipe. Or you can make a potato pack and throw that on the fire. But always start that about 10, 15 minutes before you start the salmon. So your potatoes will be all nice and roasty, toasty, and delicious by the time the salmon is.
Yeah.
And that your salmon's not overdone you're waiting on the potatoes to get done.
Yeah. Because dry fish is just not good.
Yeah. And salmon's a good fish that, even if you do like it a little more on the well side, it's still, because if it's a fattier and not an unhealthy fat, but a healthier fat fish, it retains a lot of the moisture compared to some of the smaller white flaky fishes that if you overcook become dry.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, seafood is one of those really touchy.
Yeah, so you just gotta, you don't want to cook it to death. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And then it's delicious. I love seafood. Yeah. I would be a pescatarian if I didn't love beef so much.
Yeah. 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 That's exactly right.
I mean, I could get rid of pork and chicken. I mean, bacon would be hard. But if I was substituting with beef, I'd be just fine.
Yeah,
you can get beef bacon.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I was about to bring up a BLT, because that's...
Yeah, beef bacon.
We're going to have to try that.
Yeah. Hey, we will. So, guys, go to our website, outdoortestkitchen.org.
.org.
And go to our recipes, and you can find it there, along with the Prosecco vinaigrette. And if you haven't tried that, I highly recommend you try the Prosecco vinaigrette. It is...
You definitely should.
It's simple, it's easy, and I tell you what, you'll be eating more salads just because you have that dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or you can even dip veggies in it, too.
Oh, yeah. Plus, it's a great marinade on fish, chicken, pork, beef, whatever you want.
In general, just a great marinade.
That's why we like our recipes. They can work, not a unitasker.
Yeah.
They play well with others.
That's the hope, at least, which they do.
But, well, as we are talking about a fish and water and boats...
What?
Time for the news. Brought to you by OutdoorTestKitchen.org, the website that is there to help you with all your camping and cooking needs. Now, to the news.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it's kind of ironic we bought a boat when there's a drought.
We're not going anywhere, apparently.
I guess we're just dry docking.
Yeah.
No, but here comes droughts are starting to pop up in the U.S., more particularly in the South and Southwest, Texas, Louisiana, Florida. And, of course, we see what's going on with Hawaii in their area. But we'll all say a prayer for them. That's pretty devastating.
Yeah,
but
it is.
On the mainland, we are starting to see areas that are in drought. That's usually when the burn bans come into effect. But just like it's important not to burn stuff, it's important to conserve your water and be conscious about your water usage, not just camping, but at home as well.
And I really, I don't know this as a fact, but I would go as far to say it's more important for you to conserve water if you're in a larger city.
Oh, yes. Because what you don't realize is those larger cities are not getting their water locally.
No.
They are going all the way out into the rural areas and then taking all these other people's water that they're dependent on for crops and livestock, and what all the big city people don't ever see and just think that groceries
Just magically appear.
just appears in the grocery store and they're grown there and harvested there.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of big cities, and in fact, we've lived in areas that our water sources, we got in some legal battle with larger cities saying that, no, you cannot take our water.
Yep.
And it's not our problem that you overbuilt your city and didn't plan for the water consumption. And you might have built a lake, but you were using someone else's water to fill it. So they have precedence over said water.
Oh, water laws.
Ooh, that's a whole nother ball game. Look at California and just letting all their water just spill into the ocean instead of...
Shots fired.
Sorry, it's the truth. We all know it.
Yeah.
Instead of letting all that snow melt and rainfall when they have floods, instead of putting it in a giant concrete river and tossing it in the ocean, so when the summer comes, they're in drought and wildfires, they should have better watersheds and stuff. But that's a whole different subject.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
I love my water, just not to drink it.
But yeah, usually, at least the state of Texas tries to put out their burn bans a couple weeks in advance before we really hit a drought.
No.
And that's because, of course, we try to not burn down our state.
Yes.
But that also comes into play.
It's bad enough we let Californians move here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Love you, Cali.
But we also manage our forests, too. Like, just earlier this year on Highway 31, they did a big burn in a large property, managing our
local state park did a big burn in their woods to get
like
all
half
the undergrowth.
the park. And let me tell you, it's a little more gray or yellow right now, but when we were getting some pretty good rain,
no, you could never even told that it was ever have been burnt. It puts all the nutrients back in the water. And California could learn something about that, doing controlled burns. I don't know.
Yeah. Managing the and maybe picking up some of the extra brush that just piles up, and then, it just lightning strike happens and burns down half your state.
But so with the droughts, we also have to be sorry. I don't know.
We're shooting a lot of shots right now.
Yeah. Sorry, California.
Yep.
Get your stuff together. Join us in reality.
Yeah. Well, stay over there, but join the reality.
Exactly. But yes, with water conservation, I know some people are very hardcore on it, but I think campers and RVers are already a great example of water conservation, because when you are camping, you either got to hike in your water, or you have a water tank that only has so many gallons, or you pretty much know how to live off of limited water. And so I think it's a great example. If you have neighbors that never camped and they don't want to camp, you can help them we're going through a drought. Here's some little tips I use while I'm camping to conserve water.
Exactly.
And don't take 2-3 showers a day. Don't shower for an hour. Only water your necessary plants, and don't water in the middle of the day when it's just going to evaporate. I think they recommend in the evening or first thing in the morning, but I think it's in the evening.
No, yeah, it's in the evening. They recommend that you water in the evening, just so your plants have time to actually soak in that water.
So if you're watering it in the middle of the heat of the day,
it's just going to evaporate off.
So your plant's going to die
penetrate.
Anyway. Yeah. So, then I think we just need to be good stewards of the earth, as most outdoors people are, because we love the outdoors. We want to see it hang around.
Yeah, we want it to still be here.
So just remember, when you're out there, guys, stay hydrated, but don't spill your water. Drink your water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, and that's kind of all the news we have
It is.
today. And don't worry, don't forget, we'll be showing you guys the boat. I
We
did
will.
write down not to spill the beans.
Yep. No beans have been spilled yet.
So, guys, that's all the news. And I hope everybody has a great week. Remember, like, subscribe, follow.
All
May
those
not get all you
things.
California people, but we're still trying.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So, just remember to check out our website at outdoortestkitchen.org. And if you have anything you want us to test, you got any comments, questions, or recipe suggestions, let us know. You can go to our website. There's contact information there, or you can do it in the comments.
Yeah. Just leave a
And,
comment.
Yeah. And I hope everybody has an awesome week, and we will see you next Thursday.
Yes, we will.
So remember, keep camping and keep cooking.
Yeah.